What's going on, everybody? This is Gaza back here with another video, and this is the first of two uploads today. This video is going to be I will be reacting to my predictions I made for the 2019-2020 Scottish Premiership season, what my predictions were on the league table. Sorry I've only got round to doing this today as the actual new season starts, but we will be doing a predictions video straight after this for the new season. So this is just predicting the league table from last season. That the video I made it with my grandpa, but it's only me because he's in bed just now. So basically, I've wrote them down, and I think the left side of this page is the real life league table. So in 12th place last year, I put St Mirren to finish bottom of the league and basically be relegated, but in reality it was Hearts. So I think at the time I just thought St Mirren, they had a bad season when they came up after a great season they had under Jack Ross before he went to Sunderland, now the Hibs manager. But I feel when they came up, the level was just totally different, and obviously a new manager, Jim Goodwin, who is still there, who's managed to beat Dundee United in the playoffs and penalties, and then I just thought I didn't know what to expect from St Mirren last year, if I was being honest, into the second season back in the top flight for them. But obviously, probably St Mirren fans that actually watch my videos will think that I'm just putting them there like just out of, I don't know, like I generally don't know what to think, but obviously if they stay up, they stay up. That's the thing. But I don't know. I'm really not sure. I just thought they were probably going to be the worst team in the league, but they proved me wrong again. There. So, of course, the next prediction, I actually got the prediction right, and it was Hamilton to finish 11th, and they did finish 11th, but no playoffs due to the league being shut down due to the pandemic. So I think Hamilton probably would have probably stayed in the division regardless. I think they were actually playing all right under Brian Rice, and this is coming from a Motherwell fan, but we have actually not beaten them in the last two games. They beat us at Fir Park in the last one. Well, actually, sorry, yes, in the last three games now, because we played them in a friendly just there last week. But they've one of those teams that have been in the Premiership for a long time, and they just keep fighting to stay in the division. That is the type of club Hamilton are, survivors basically in the division. And again, will they stay up this season? We'll find out in the next video. But yes, this is where I was putting Hamilton all day long. It was either that or 10th place, but I think 11th place was probably the right place to put Hamilton, to be honest, there for last season. So in 10th place I put Livingston, but they ended up finishing 5th in the league. An impressive second season under Gary Holt. The only reason I think I put them down in 10th was because we basically signed Declan Gallagher, and Craig Halkett went to Hearts, and I thought, you know what, they're going to have a lot of defensive issues at the back, but they obviously, Lyndon Dykes up front has been brilliant for Livingston. I know he's been linked with Rangers and stuff and other clubs, but I think, and obviously Ricky Lamy is signed for us as well from Motherwell, and that was a decent piece of business. So I don't know what to really expect going into the new season, but I think finishing 5th place was very, very good of Livingston. I got that one wrong, I'll admit. I got that wrong, the same with the St Mirren one. But yes, I feel I was a bit harsh on Livingston. I think it was because the first season up, they'd done well as well, and it could have been the second season syndrome. But fair play to Livingston for the season they had to get in where they I think they were sort of down the table bit, and then they pulled themselves up and they stayed there pretty much until the season was stopped. But fair play to Livingston and for the job Gary Holt has done. So, in ninth place, I had Kilmarnock, and Kilmarnock finished 8th. So, very, very close in my prediction video last year. When I predicted them to finish 9th after they had a fantastic season under Steve Clarke, who managed to guide Kilmarnock to 3rd place. But obviously, with Steve Clarke taking the Scotland job, it was going to be a big task for Kilmarnock to repeat that with the clubs who were spending money or developing young players or bringing players up into their club for free transfers who would turn out to be decent players. So it was very difficult, I think, for likes of Kilmarnock to continue that. Obviously, the squad size, they've got a decent squad, but I just didn't think they would have even sort of gotten. I thought possibly top 6, but I didn't think they were really going to push it last season. They were just going to be nice and comfortable in the end. And obviously, finishing 8th in the league, I had them predicted to finish 9th. That was a fair enough one I almost got right. So, in 8th place, I put St Johnstone, but in reality, I think they originally finished 7th, but because the league getting stopped and the league getting ended, ending the season, basically the points per game ratio, basically put St Johnstone up into 6th. That's decent enough. To get back into the top 6 for St Johnstone was massive, and obviously that was Tommy Wright's last season at St Johnstone as he left them after that. So 6th place for them there was decent enough, but the prediction almost right again, just 2 positions higher. They've done alright, I suppose. Nothing else really. It was coming really to Tommy Wright at the end of his time there, but that's really all I have to say on that. Into 7th place, and now I predicted Ross County to finish 7th. The new boys in the league who bounced straight back up at the first time of winning the championship, and I thought, you know what, mid-table would be nice. I think they did get off to a great start, or a decent start in the Premiership and come back up there, but they actually finished in 10th place. Very disappointing from my point of view, because like Ross County, I have a lot of respect for, like so Ross County and Inverness, 2 clubs I think are well ran, and 2 clubs I think have got the best away days in the league outside of I would say Hearts is definitely one of those best away days in my opinion. I like Hearts away, but I think Ross County and Inverness have got to be the 2 best away days in this country, because like it's just how far you've got to travel and stuff, and it's great for a full day. It is fantastic. I mean, near enough 4 hours of the travelling and stuff. So Ross County finished 10th in my opinion was quite poor, to be honest, but I think putting them in 7th, at least they stayed up. So yes, I hope that they do a lot better next season, and I hope they can go in a higher position in 10th. So yes, that's all I'm going to really say about that. So we go to 6th place now, going into the top 6. I predicted Aberdeen to finish 6th in the league, but they actually finished 4th. We'll get to why I thought Aberdeen would have finished 6th as we go up the table, but obviously they end up finishing 4th. They qualified for Europe because of the league being ended, and obviously Scottish Cup's still going to be played, but Aberdeen get that European spot. So obviously they had a very, as you would say, a scene an article or something saying they had a mediocre season, to be honest. They underperformed in some games, and obviously they had good spells in the season, bad spells. They were just sort of falling away, to be honest, and that was sort of what they had, that poor season, and that's, you don't want to see that in a team that just, I don't know what they were expecting. I think they were expecting third place or even challenge Rangers, but again, difficult circumstances. Derek McInnes has been there a long time, longest serving manager now in the league, and it just seemed to not. I think this possibly could be Derek McInnes' last season at Aberdeen, because the ideas are sort of becoming stale, I believe, and the Aberdeen fans in January were wanting him out, and no doubt they want a manager to play nice attacking football, but that's all I'm really going to say on that. So in 5th place I had Hearts. I really got this one wrong. They ended up finishing 12th. Started off the season with Craig Levein in charge. Then they had a massive protest after Motherwell beat Hearts 3-2 at Tynecastle. What a game that was. I didn't get to the game, I watched it on my Fire Stick, but unfortunately I had a ticket, but I was working night shift and I was sort of really tired that morning, and when I finished and decided, nah, I'll give it a miss, watch it on my Fire Stick, and we actually won. So yeah, it was a great result for Motherwell, but the protests after it for Hearts fans, they got what they wanted, basically, getting Levein sacked, and then they brought a new manager in from Barnsley. Well, manager was at Barnsley, got sacked, and then they appointed him, so I can't remember what his name was now. But yes, I think that was vital for Hearts in the season. I think they sort of were fighting back a wee bit, and you could say they were done hard on with the obviously being ended and stuff, but they were definitely the worst team in the league. I can't see why not they got relegated. They got relegated. It's done and dusted. The new season is starting today, and that is it. In 4th place, I had Hibs, but Hibs actually finished 7th. They were 6th, but points per game ratio, they finished 7th. I thought they would have been higher because of a new takeover they had. I think it was like around £5 million that went in when they got bought over. And yes, it was a shame that they couldn't finish higher. I feel that they will be big challengers this season for 3rd. But again, you had, obviously, as I was on about Aberdeen in 6th, and I was going to come to that where I thought they would have probably finished higher. But at the time, it was because Hearts were spending money, bringing players in, and Hibs, obviously that takeover could attract players and stuff, and that's where, obviously Hibs had a poor start to the season, so yeah, it was looking like, I thought Hibs would have done a lot better than they did, and I think they will in this upcoming season, if I'm honest. But as say Aberdeen finishing 6th, finishing 4th, but hopefully next season will be better for both of those sides. So into 3rd place, when I got this prediction right, my second prediction so far on this video that I've had right, and in at 3rd place is Motherwell, who actually did finish 3rd place. So Motherwell, I had high hopes this season that it was going to be top 6. I thought putting them in at 3rd might have pushed a lot of luck, but in the end, they done really well. I was so happy to see it happen no matter what. I would have probably preferred all the games we played, but we done so well. We had that vital game against Aberdeen coming up the day the football was cancelled, the league was cancelled, well, suspended, and I was just so happy that we got to qualify for Europe. It was a great season. Well, we had ups and downs as well. We had a poor run of form at the start of 2020, but we were starting to pull ourselves back from that. We're starting to look good again. And yes, obviously finishing third in the league was a big achievement this season, and especially a big achievement for Stephen Robinson, who's probably the best manager outside Old Firm. I'll obviously put it outside Old Firm because I'll probably get my head too off if I said, the best manager in Scotland, and you've got Old Firm fans signing on here. So he's one of the best managers in Scottish football just now, one of the best young managers, and obviously there's been a lot of speculation from last season, of course, even the season before. Luton came in first. Then you had Hearts, around about the time we beat Hearts at the start of the season. And then you had, who you call them, Northern Ireland wanting them, which they're just not too long ago. And then Huddersfield, but nothing really came about that. He says he's here to stay before the friendly away to Rangers at Ibrox last week. So, brilliant. So, obviously, a lot of signings made last season, the summer, free transfers, Chris Long and that. We had Devante Cole coming in, obviously left in January because he was only on loan and then went to, I think it was Doncaster. But yes, that was a great season for Motherwell, of course, for us. Huge chance playing European football now, and hopefully we just keep going. So, in second place, I put Rangers. At the first half of the season, they absolutely looked like they could really challenge Celtic, if I'm not being honest. But they went away for the winter break to Dubai, and then they came back, and it just fell away in the second half of the season. Apart from the run they've had in the Europa League, of course, but fell away, get put out of the Scottish Cup by Hearts. They were bottom of the league. I think they were beaten by Hearts actually just before that in the league. I can't really remember now, but yeah. How did it end up happening? And I mean, they were on fire in the first half of the season. They were really challenging Celtic. They beat Celtic as well, so they had a good chance to stop Celtic win 9 in a row. But was I going to see it happen? No, I just couldn't. In second place, I just thought second they would finish and Celtic would go on win 9 in a row. So we go now into first place, and of course that is Celtic. And I just thought, you know what, they know how to win the league by this point. The pressure is big, yes, but will they go on? I thought at the time, will they go on? And I just went, yes, I think they will. Rangers are improving, but Celtic will improve even more. So it's one of those things that I just thought, you know what, they would win the league again, and it was going to happen. So yeah, that's really all I have to say on that. So remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. And I'll see you with the predictions video for the new season.